Welcome to the Perfectly Placed Preview. Thank you very much for joining us once again, and please make sure that you like and subscribe the Cape Racing YouTube channel to get all the updates as soon as they happen, and also follow Cape Racing on social media for all those updates as they come through and are posted up. We will also have perfectly placed trainer or jockey interviews leading up to the race meeting, and the race meeting being the 1st of February. So it's going to be a competitive day of 9 races on the card, and some tricky ones just because it's a little bit wide open. But let's get straight into it. Race 1 is the Hollywoodbets Work Rider Series. It's the leg 3 of the series. It's maiden plate over the 1100 meters, and the distance is crucial to the result in the way that you've got a horse suited to further and a horse suited to the 1000 meters. So both, just to mention them, number 4 Wild Applause, she's well suited to a little bit further, but hasn't put in good runs behind Back at the George and also behind My Sensation. That's good enough to win this race. However, you have number 8 Peanut Pops from the Paul Reeves yard with Luke Coleman aboard, who's very well suited to the 1000 meters and narrowly got touched off last time behind Elsinore. That was also in the Work Riders race, and Louis and Luke seem to be clashing, so it's becoming quite an interesting series. But that's my bet for the race, is an exacta, number 4 Wild Applause and number 8 Peanut Pops. Race 2, it's the Cape Turf Club Syndicate's maiden juvenile plate over the 1000 meters and marks the first leg of the bipod. So bipod runs races 2 to 7. In this race, it's tricky because you've got 2 of the 6 runners are raced. I've gone the way of number 6 Cliffscape, but I do feel that there'll be a little bit of value for number 5 Merryweather for a place. She's related to Handsome Prince, very nice sort of forward type of horse, and I think being by giving the green light will have quite a bit of speed. There are positive comments about the balance of the first timers, but have a look at them in the ring and how they move down to the start. I do, however, feel that number 5 Merryweather could pick up her legs and do enough to place here. Race 3, Reeves Racing Syndicate Open Maiden over the 1400 meters. This marks the first leg of the place accumulator. It's quite a sort of wide open field, I felt. You've got number 4 Scottish Lynx, who I think has done enough. Paddy Cray's got quite a competitive hand here, as does Greg Bortz and Gina Goldsmith, interesting enough. Number 1 Charlie Bucket is the other Paddy Cray runner who ran third behind Garrick's on debut. That's good enough. Really fluffed his lines next time out, but I think can make amends, especially drawn 1 over the 1400 meters, which marks a step up in trip. And you have other horses like number 3 Amandla Ngawetu, who drawn 3, tries the trip for the first time, but has enough speed, so hopefully can carry it off. And there are 1 or 2 others. Number 11 Arbitration, also worth a mention here from the Justin Staith yard, obviously a draw to overcome. Being the first leg of the place accumulator, I've gone with a P8. I'll just go through the legs. Leg 1, I've gone with 1 and 4. Leg 2, 8 and 11. Leg 3, 5 and 6. Leg 4, 3 and 7. Leg 5, 3, 4 and 9. Leg 6, 5, 7, 9, followed by 1 and 2. Race 4 is Race Cape powered by Hollywoodbets Open Maiden for the fillies and mares. It's over the 1200 meters, and there are some horses that could possibly perform here. Just to note that this is the first leg of the pick 6, so it will run all the way through to race 9. The horse that I really like here is number 11 Sugarbush, the daughter of Trippy. She ran a brilliant race on debut. Looking at her in the parade ring, she looked like she had a little bit of class about her and ran accordingly. Second behind She's Got Class, so I thought that was good enough, and she could definitely be a fitter filly for that run. Number 8, Beneath the Clouds, never too far off. I think with Richard Ferrier aboard for the Harold Crawford and Michelle Ricks yard would be good enough here. There are some others. You've got a horse like number 7, Beach Queen, who's out of Beach Beauty and could do all the improving, should need to, but there's no reason why she can't. However, I've gone with Swinger, number 8, Beneath the Clouds, and number 11, Sugarbush. Race 5, celebrating Centurion member Reese Dyer's birthday. It's a D stakes over the 1200 meters. Number 6, True Horizon. She's got all the makings for it. She's got Richard Freer aboard. Adam Marcus's horses come to the course, really showing their true form. Last time out, it was worth ignoring. She messed up the start and jumped a length slow and she ran on but didn't really get into it from then, just had a little bit too much to do. Typically shows a lot more pace. Similar to when she beat Prince of Tibet 2 starts ago. I thought it was a very good effort. And again, Adam's horses come to the course very competitive. Number 5, Electric Fields, she'll put on a top run too. She's one of the better weighted and a very racy type of individual. You often get these fillies who enjoy these type of races, being the D stakes. So I think between those 2 of them, you should be okay. Number 7, Lover's Lane, could also put in a top run. But I've gone in race 5, a win on number 6, True Horizon. Race 6, join the experience, www.capeturfclub.co.za. It's a B stakes, it's over the 1,000 metres. Interesting, you've got some really blitz fast fillies like number 5, Blue Holly. You also have number 1, The Mask, coming off a little bit of a rest, who might need it, but he's a flashy and big, solid individual. However, number 3, The Abdicator, he's a brilliant and fast horse. Note, he is running for a new trainer, so now trained by Pete Steyn. Corne also rides. Corne knows this horse well from riding him earlier on in his career. But he ran a great second behind Tenango last time. And I think that he's going to really just jump straight into it and run away from them. You've also got number 7, Elusive Winter, who since fitting blinkers has run 1 and run 3rd. He seems to be in a good space and sort of in a good mark where he's comfortable. And we've seen the best of him. He won on debut and almost went a little bit missing for quite some time. So it's good to see him back to his best. And the other one is number 2, Kelp Forest. He's on an absolute run at the moment. He now is a 5-time winner and a 6-time winner. Last time out he went in as a 5-time winner. So I think Kelp Forest's turn of foot will be ultra effective here. And like I said, it's going to be a brilliant and competitive race. They're going to go blitz fast. It is race 6, Mark's Jackpot 2, and I've gone in the first leg 2, 3 and 7, by 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 and 9, followed by 5, 7, 9 and 1 and 2. Race 7 is the Clapham Stakes, and it marks sort of the feature of the day. Obviously a non-black type, but it really has attracted competitive and nice sorts of horses. I think that a horse like number 4, Call Me Getrix, it seems like her type of race. She's had some really close-up runs, very consistent. You would ask yourself the question, she hasn't won in quite some time. However, it seems like this is the place where she can win. She's got some nice horses to get the better of, and young horses that are likely a race, like number 3, Goodness Gracious Me. She's enormous, big, strong individual. Her last run was in the Fillies Guineas, and I think that, you know, she'd only just come out the maiden straight into the Fillies Guineas, being a grade 1 event over the Classic Mile. But I think that she's just going to be progressive enough, and the Guineas maybe came a little bit soon, but it was worth the try, absolutely. Number 2, My Flower Fate, who is big, enjoys the trip, and she really is just quite sort of big and bounding. You've also got Greg Enion's 2 runners, being number 6, Dixieland Band, who, ignore her last run, she really can put in a good run when she's on her form, and I think coming back down in class, she can definitely do that here. And number 8, Polynomial, would have needed her last run quite badly, and I think if she bounced back to her best, could put her through here. She always sort of tends to get you to prick your ears a little bit when she performs. She's a really class act. I really like Call Me Getrix though. I think that she is honestly nice enough to take the credentials here. JP van der Merwe always rides with a lot of confidence. So in this race, race 7, I've got Swinger, number 3, Goodness Gracious Me, and number 4, Call Me Getrix. Race 8 is the perfectly placed D stakes over the 1,600 metres, and you've got number 7, Cosmic Rhythm, who ran a brilliant second last time. Interesting race though, because before then he goes down to the start and he holds the bit so much and is so forward. As soon as those pens open, he's almost quite sedate in the race, so it was a very good effort for him to run second, and he actually finished ahead of number 9, Dawn's Early Light. But Dawn's Early Light looks a little bit more progressive and has solid runs or more consistent form ahead of that. So I think number 9, Dawn's Early Light, will be the principal here and most certainly the favourite. Cosmic Rhythm, if he repeats his last run, will obviously be right there, but because he isn't overall very consistent, it's a little bit of a concern. The other horse that you can never keep you always have to keep one eye on him is number 5, Golden Grey. He's a tricky individual. He's very sort of sprightly and he has a lot of personality, but can often cost himself. However, number 6, Itoy Falant, his merit ratings come down, and I know that he's a little bit hit or miss, but I think in this field and in this class of horse, he can place, and I think he'll be a little bit of value. So I've gone race 8, place on number 6, Itoy Falant. Race 9, it's the last of the day, and it's the Hollywoodbets Bright Future Class 5 for the fillies and mares over the 1,400 metres. And we've got 2 fillies here. Number 1, Warbird, who won last time, sits fitting blinkers. Craig Zaki went to the front and she just sort of kept on going. Sometimes these horses who battle or need a little bit of strengthening up gain confidence from leading and going to the front, and she really did it with a little bit of sort of authority, which was quite interesting. Number 2, Dream Searcher, she's just come off her second career win, and I think that she can continue. Again, Adam's horses, he gets them to tick over. Once they sort of get into the flow of their form, they do keep going. I know a lot of people like some other horses, for example, like Maritzburg Memory, who leaves herself too much to do and then comes with a brilliant late run. Absolutely possible here. It's just that unfortunately she lacks the early pace and then leaves herself too much to do. So if she's midfield, she'll most certainly run on and be very competitive. However, I do feel like a win on number 1 Warbird is worth a play in the last. Thank you very much for joining us for the Perfectly Placed preview. A reminder that this is pre-recorded, and also another reminder to please click subscribe and keep an eye on the action at the Cape Racing or on the Cape Racing YouTube channel. Thank you very much. See you on Saturday.